All right, everybody, welcome to Lap 30. This is the Michael Waltrip episode. I'm
30,
joined by
baby.
everybody this week. We decided to not have anybody missing this week, so that's always pretty cool.
Because we usually decide to have someone missing.
Yeah,
Like we sacrifice them to the podcast listening gods.
Like 2 hours before, we all group huddle in Dave's backyard and decide. And we
this
throw up,
week,
we all put our heads down and look at the phone camera and throw the propane bottle in the air. And whoever it hits in the head is out for the episode. Yeah, no, I guess we'll start out with we usually start out with NASCAR, but we're gonna go a different way this way.
Switch it up.
Sorry, we're gonna start with
go your own way.
League Zero, my wonderful Formula 3 league that you should check out on Thursday nights at 9 Eastern. By the way, just saying.
On the iRacing platform, check it out online.
Check it out.
LeagueZero.net.
It's tight.
I am. Anyways,
I'm there.
we ended our season last Thursday. It was a good season, actually. It was our 7th season. We're heading into season 8 here in another month here or so. Good old Ray Aguilar ended up taking the championship there. We ran Phillip Island was the final track, the championship battle. I think he had it wrapped up last race anyways, but he ended up taking his 3rd championship home. He's now the only 3-time champion. He's also my teammate, so that was cool.
The repeat. It's a big deal. That's a competitive league.
That's a competitive
league.
For sure. Second place, we had Jaden Calloway. 3rd, Felipe Sarkis. 4th, Finley. And 5th, Xavier. The rest do not get mentioned because they're not cool enough. But shout out to Xavier and Felipe and Jaden. That was all their personal best, highest they've ever scored. So
That's
shout out
awesome,
to those guys.
man. Yeah, Jaden, awesome.
Yeah, Felipe and Xavier, man, they've been running the league for a while now, yeah?
Yeah, Xavier's been here forever. That's his personal best. He's improved massively over the time. He actually has impressed me. It's actually nuts.
Good job, dude.
Shout out to that guy. He did awesome. Same with Jaden and Felipe. Those guys have been killing it.
Beat me and you
and me. Yeah, I had a rough race. I ended up finishing. What did I end up finishing? Well, hold on. I would just want to say I was battling Dave's teammate Nick for the championship. We were 2 points apart. I ended up beating Nick in the feature race, and then the sprint race. I'm like, yeah, Nick and we're gonna battle it out. And then Dave decided to spin in front of me lap 1 of the sprint race out of the final corner, and I got
totally intentional.
Out. And I'm just saying, somebody.
That's what teammates
team
are
orders. Team orders.
Dave definitely made money that
It was crew chief. It was crew chief. He came on my ears and was like, "You need to spin now," and I spun.
100%.
I
like the road feels slippery. Does the road feel slippery right now? Oh,
yeah,
10-4.
It was like that. Was it with Boyer, whoever that was?
Yeah, Clint Boyer.
The spin gate thing.
Yep.
What did he say again? I can't remember.
He said something about, does the track feel slippery right now? And they're like, yeah, sure, Clint, sure does. And then he spun out. It's like, you idiot.
Oh, I want to know what he said. That was hilarious.
But yeah, no, just while he's looking that up, Antonio and Nick just are like magnets in the points, and they're magnets on the track. Like literally, this has been going on year after year, season after season. Like they cannot stay away from each other.
No, these guys.
It's uncanny, honestly. I don't know how they do it.
They might like each other.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't find the audio, but no, it was it's fun. Me and him always have good banter and good battles. So
it's a great league. It's a lot of fun. I don't know how many. I've lost count of how many seasons I've been with League Zero, but man,
I think you and Nick have been here since season 2, so it's been a while now.
Yeah, it's killer though. If you're listening to this and you're not in our league,
no, Nick's been here since season 1.
And if you're listening to this and you're in our league, thanks for listening, man.
Yeah. Anyways, I should shout out the team championship too. Good old Avanti Autosport. That's me, baby. Me and Ray. We ended up wrapping. So basically, Ray. We ended up wrapping up the team championship. So that was cool. Squid Gang Racing, which was Felipe and Jaden, ended up coming second. So no surprise there. They killed it. Team Goon Squad. Good old house team. Shout out to those boys for broadcasting. They ended up coming 3rd. And then the Chase Motorsports,
baby!
Dave Kasai and Nick in 4th, and Formula Gasian in 5th. All right, well that wraps up League Zero. Come check us out.
League Zero, come check us out.
No, it's fun, dude. The racing is good. Like we've all been together for a long time, and we all kind of know each other's situation, but like, man, I haven't had like a stupid incident in like years with an S in that league. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, we still have stupid incidents that happen, but like it's not like official F3 C class, like not even close, man. This is high class. So come join us, leaguezero.net. There's your advertisement.
All right.
Boom.
Well, let's
All
jump
right.
into the NASCARs, bro. And guess what? We're turning right today. Just saying. We didn't turn left. We didn't turn just left. We turned left and right. Actually, predominantly right too, because it's a clockwise track.
And I must say, I still don't like this track, but it's Indy, so it's cool.
I agree. I think the Indy Road Course is a bit strange, but you know what? It produced a good race. I mean, it's probably a lot of the fact to do with it being leading up to the playoffs. I'm sure that's why it's placed where it is, aside from it being an IndyCar NASCAR doubleheader, which was cool, by the way. I just want to say the cross promotion was great between those.
Hybridization.
It was a good race though. Actually, I thought the race was pretty solid. It had lots of action. It was good from start to finish. And you know what's even better? As soon as they got rid of stage breaks, like there was no yellows for stage breaks. As soon as we got rid of that, you notice how the race went by in 2.5 hours? That's exactly how long it should be. Nobody wants to sit there for 4 hours.
It was exciting. Tires and all the things came into play, right? Like, is he going to come in? When's he going to come in? Who knows?
Yeah, no, everything came
Strategy,
in.
yeah.
We got a couple.
It was
cautions.
real racing.
You
It
know
was
what
called racing.
You know what I
It
think
was
was
real
huge,
racing,
though?
baby.
You know what was huge though? The start zone being moved. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they were taking. I don't know what turn the last turn is. I'm sorry, I don't look at track maps. But out of the final corner, there's like that long right bend.
Mhm.
They moved the restart zone and start zone to before that bend. So no
that
longer
little
are they
short-
taking the
yeah.
green onto the start, the front straightaway with the start finish line. So that was huge because that stopped those huge 4, 5, 6 wide sends into freaking one and just ruining the race. I mean, we still had our fair share of 2 and 3 wide moments, but it wasn't as crazy because they actually had time to spread out, which I thought was nice. So happy that they changed that. I thought that was a solid change. I was happy to see that. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on the race? What do you guys think if you watched?
Well, so what I didn't get to see all of it. What I did see was a lot of full sins, as in like NASCAR 2012 online, people not giving a damn and just sending it.
I think Joey Logano did a really great job. I think he had a really solid race. I think he...
Really? Did he?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
He had a clean race, about like Ricky Stenhouse had a clean race. I don't know, them guys, dude.
Man,
just like
he had a terrible race, Stenhouse. He
And
was
just
hitting everything.
taking people out, dude.
Dude,
Like, how do you miss the braking zone that bad? Like,
it was
I
bad
don't
when the
understand.
commentator calls you out and he's like, "Hey, you gotta hit a few more cars and you'll take out all the international drivers." I was like,
And did my boy Kobayashi not get picked on? I mean, come on. It's like they knew which car he was.
I got bullied. That was terrible.
I get it. It's NASCAR. If you're new to it, you're going to get bumped around, but it's like the dude knows what he's doing on a road course. So just quit.
Yeah, no, that race though, another thing that was nuts about it is we had a new winner. Michael McDowell collected his second ever win in the Cup Series. So he's now won at the 2 most famous tracks, which by the way, Norman, I called that. I'm just saying, Norman, we were talking before the race, just like bantering and all. It's just like, yeah, doesn't McDowell have like 2 wins or something? He's like, no, he's only got 1. And I messaged him after the race. I'm like, sure about that? Are you sure about that? So anyways, shout out to Mikey McDowell for making.
I'll be the first one on the podcast on many a time I've said, why is Michael McDowell still here? Why is Suarez still here? Both dudes showed up for this race and raced a hell of a race. So, eating crow. Good job, Michael McDowell. It only took you 35 years. Good job, bud. Looking good.
And he dominated the race.
He did. I got it. Yes, he did. I'll give it to him. All jokes aside. Hell of a race from him.
So, with McDowell winning, that was a new winner. So that was unfortunate. That was probably worst case scenario for Bubba Wallace. So that unfortunately puts him now in that 16th spot. So right now we have 3 drivers in that are on points. We'll have to see how it goes. So I don't know if Kevin Harvick locked in. So me and Norman were trying to figure this out because they haven't actually told us that he's locked in yet. However, by points, we think he's locked in. So we're not sure why it doesn't say that they're locked in yet because they're quite a ways above the cutoff line. like Harvick's 145 above the cutoff and Brad's 143. So I guess you know what? We did determine this. Actually, we did determine this. You're right. I'm stupid, Norman. Norman's shaking his head like, are you fucking stupid? So Kevin Harvick and BK are 2 points away from each other. So that new winner means technically, like, if 2 new winners were to happen, any of those 3 could be eliminated. You're probably like, well, if there's 2 new winners and 3 drivers, how could any of them be eliminated? Well, that's because, Harvick and Keselowski might be 140 points to the good, but they're only 2 points away from each other. So whoever's higher in that situation will technically be the one locking in if there's 2 new winners. So next race, if we don't have a new winner, both of them lock in. That leaves just Bubba. But if we do get a new winner, that now puts those 2 in contention for that final position. So if you're wondering, that's how it works. Because we determined you can only get 60 points per race because you get 40 for the win and 10 per stage. So
need to be watching out for Chase Elliott next week at Watkins Glen because he's
must win.
Yeah,
he is must go freaking win. I'm just saying this is fixing to be a crazy Daytona because we got Glenn in Daytona before the cutoff. Glenn is probably going to be between Chase Elliott and Suarez. Between like the road course guys who need to win. But Daytona is going to be insane if we get a new winner at Watkins Glen too. That's all I'm saying.
How far away is Daytona? Is it the last race? It's the one from last race.
Well, there's only 2 left before the playoffs start, so Daytona is the final race before the cutoff.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Final race before the cutoff.
Yeah, it's the final race. So we got 2 races left, and that's going to make it nuts.
So I don't know. We'll I don't know. I'd really like to do like a live watch of that. That'd be kind of fun for us, but we might see what we can do about that. But yeah, Chase Elliott, dude, really good. I don't like that there's this many road courses right before the end of it, but I like that it does switch it up and let some guys like Michael McDowell actually, you know what I'm saying, have a better chance at it. But
for sure, 100%.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. I don't think I have anything. Oh, I guess I should probably address Blaney absolutely taking out his RPG and taking out Allmendinger.
Yeah.
That was Allmendinger moved him out of the way, and I think it was turn 13 or something like that. And I guess Blaney was sick and tired of that, and he ended up dumping his ass. So I don't have much more to say on that. I thought it was deserved, but
I'm telling you though, Dinger came over and said that if he ever gets to his bumper again, it's over. And he does not have a short memory.
And he's not in the playoffs either, so that means
I hope
I don't know if it was a smart move for the one position. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I don't think Dinger will do that. If it comes down to the playoffs, I think he's enough of a man. He'll probably wait till next season or something. But if it's anything before then or anything, you better watch it. That's my take on it, anyways. I kind of like the old Dinger.
So,
I love me a Dinger.
You know what I was curious about though? So, like, we all knew, like, all of us, as soon as we saw that, like, after the replay and stuff, we all knew that Blaney intentionally took him out. So, the only thing I'm wondering is, why does NASCAR look at some intentional wrecks and not others? Like, is it because he didn't spin and hit a wall and almost die? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Like, they either need to look at them all or look at none of them. Because, like, I don't know. I guess right hooking's different though. Like, I guess I can't really say much about it. But I don't know. Do you think that's their criteria? Is you have to right hook someone to get an intentional wreck investigated, or?
No, man. I think I'm under the opinion that NASCAR officiating is 100% for the optics of the public at this point. We've seen so much inconsistency this season. It has been ridiculous. And we see them drop the hammer. We see them not, like, with the Noah Gragson thing even. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've just been, it's whatever they think is going to be most appreciated by the public. I don't even think it's their fans. I think it's like all the potential new fans too. Like, they don't want to pigeonhole themselves into some, stupid situation by taking one side or the other. So no, I don't think it matters at all. I think it's
quite odd. I wish they were more consistent.
Yeah, no, we'll see it continue through the playoffs and the championship too. And I don't mean to sound sour, but like rigged is not the right word, but I'm not optimistic with the competitive viewership of the NASCAR playoffs this year. Let me put it that way. Like, I do think we're going to have multiple moments during the playoffs where we're going to be like, oh, fuck, man, really? Like, that call, like, really you made that call, or like, really you didn't call that, or of course you didn't call that, it was Kyle Larson or whatever, you know, like, I'm sure we will not end this conversation here. So mark my words. Lap 30, Dave said something about that couple weeks from now.
Yeah, it's fixing to be a crazy playoffs.
Yeah.
I do have to say, and on this race, I'm glad NASCAR kept the caution in their pocket the whole race, because that was nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they actually let people spin and they didn't throw it. I mean, I saw the Justin Haley wreck in the beginning and I was like, why did they throw it? He kept going. But then I realized the wall was demolished and I was like, okay, maybe that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, you're right. There was a few spins and stuff. They didn't really throw them unless they needed to, which, again, that contributes to the shorter race lengths. Like, I wish we've seen this more often. Even on ovals, man, if it's a single car spin and he spins offline and he gets going again, we don't need a caution, bro. Just keep him going.
Yeah.
So, anyways, as long as there's no contact, obviously, right? You get the point. But anyways, but that's for another time about talking about shorter race lengths. I can complain about that all day.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. I know it's manufactured fun. We say this every year, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm willing to accept
all
it at this
sports
point.
are manufactured fun, man. The NFL, like NBA, all of it, Formula One, like if it's on an international viewing level, it's manufactured fun. But that's sports. Like, I'm still a sports fan. I didn't mean to dog NASCAR. Like, I enjoy watching racing in any capacity, but no, I don't think that there's officials with whiteboards and lab coats on or whatever. Like, oh, well, let's look back at the precedent of previous races. No, they're straight up just like, no penalty. Or yeah, sure. How did it look on TV? That's the question.
Yeah. And speaking of manufacturer, just a little touch base since somebody said Noah Gragson a little bit ago. So it's kind of been back and forth. I've been reading some rumors here and there, whatever the case may be. And I guess he wasn't dropped for a while because we said he was dropped on the podcast. And they said he wasn't dropped from Legacy Motorsports. They just had to fill the spot with drivers because NASCAR's making their decision. I don't know how it all works out, but it is now posted that he has asked to be let go of his contract. He's kind of used his clause to get out of the contract with Legacy Motorsports. I don't know what that means for Noah Gragson moving forward.
No, he was asked to resign, man.
Well, so yes, that was what was, but yes. So the way they're putting it in the public is that he has exercised his clause to walk away. So, I guess he wasn't at first when we got news that like all these people were filling in for him. It wasn't immediate from Legacy, which I thought was kind of, I don't know. Some people might think it's refreshing. Some people might think it's weird. It was different. I just thought it was neat that they didn't just cut him right away. It was about a week later, which I know isn't very much time, but anyways, just touch base. I don't want to, get into it too much. It's kind of a done deal and is what it is. We'll have to keep up with him. I'll for sure keep my eyes out, just see how it goes for the guy. Mistakes made, but you can always learn from them. But anyways.
Also, from last week, with McDowell winning, Ty Gibbs is out of the playoffs, meaning he's the only Toyota not in the playoffs.
Hate to say, you love to see it.
I was going to say, come on, let everybody give him a hand. McDowell, my boy.
That's right.
Man, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I feel bad for the kid about his dad passing away and all that stuff, but I'm not going to forget the Xfinity championship and how Xfinity playoff round where he dumped his teammate. That was stupid, and I'm still mad about that.
Nope. Yep.
I think he needs to get one bad thing happen to him back, and I'll be happy. Like, I'm not going to hate the guy forever because he did that one thing. I mean, that's not how I think is fair. But he needs something to come back to him. So fuck him until that point.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So this isn't good enough for that get back?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably get over it.
I'm just saying.
I'll get over it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Tell him that, you know what?
Not winning doesn't count as a get back.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he stubs his toe when he wakes up or something.
I hope he's winning and gets dumped. How about that?
That's right.
That's a fair trade-off.
Didn't his dad pass away like right after he won the championship too?
I thought it was before. Was it before or after? I think it was before.
Some say he's still alive in Colombia. I think it's a conspiracy.
Of course, they say that. They say that about everybody. So
JFK and Elvis.
They're all sitting out there.
They're all hanging out. Yeah,
drinking some margaritas and shit.
They needed
I wish
a car
I was
guy.
down there. I'm just saying.
I know, me too. Yeah.
Do you? I don't. No shows here watching racing.
Levi, let's talk about some really sketchy shit. Maybe we will end up down there.
Yeah, crazy. See what else we can do here.
Make a podcast about like exposing Biden or
Yeah.
something. Show up at your door in like 2 minutes.
You're gonna say let's start talking on the Clintons. And we go, okay, whoa.
Hey, oh.
Be quiet.
Anyways, yeah, from NASCAR to Indy the same weekend. Yeah, Indy was actually before NASCAR, but Norman, you got all the info on the Indy, yeah? You got anything?
Yeah, it was the best way to explain the race was like the race before Iowa. It was exciting, but it also like nothing happened during the race.
One car ended up on top of the other one. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. I think really the talking points of this race is what took them so long to clean up the first caution and why did they have to run 7 laps under caution?
That was brutal. They took the green from lap 7 coming to 8. I was just like, what are we doing? Because the cars were cleared after lap 1.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That was strange.
So that's really your talking point. Scott Dixon spun in that wreck, got back going and did his magical fuel save mode and still turned competitive laps to come back and beat Graham Rahal, who started on pole. So Graham Rahal still is winless in IndyCar, unfortunately. He did run Scott down, but once he got to like within a second at the end of the race, he had nothing for him.
Yeah. He used up his push to pass and just dirty air and tires. And
yeah.
He made it a race, though. He made it exciting there at the end. I'll give him that.
Scott did say in his interview that he burnt his tires up way too quick trying to build the gap when he came out of pits on the final stop.
Well, didn't he put used reds on too?
Yeah, he did put used reds on. I don't know how used they were, but also he had some traffic issues there towards the end too. With the last like 8 to 10 laps, he had some traffic issues. They both did, of course. Yeah, the other guy, he had to get around him too. But it seemed like he was having a little more trouble getting around those first few, and it was nerve wracking. You know what I mean? Because you're like, because somebody's gonna send it. But anyways,
so that was really the race. I guess really the conversation we get into, you got to give it to Graham Rahal too. He respected Scott Dixon in winning that race, but that's 19 straight seasons Scott Dixon has won a race.
He's a legend, man.
Dude,
Can we officially say he's like the GOAT now, or what?
He's the GOAT.
yeah, like
that was the question I was going to ask, but no one.
No, I think he is undisputed. Well, I think technology moves quicker and quicker. So I'll make this case across all sports, NBA, football, racing, all of it. The more modern athlete is the better athlete. I'll just say it right now. Like the legends of old would be scrubs in today's world. That's just the way it is, man. Advancement happens. Like people adapt. Humans are incredible. And as these cars get faster, humans have gotten better at getting faster too. And so, and I'll make that case, I love Michael Schumacher, but I think that both Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are better drivers than Michael Schumacher in the same equipment because they were raised in quicker equipment. They learned in better equipment and faster equipment. They're just predispositioned to be better. Now, I'm sure that there's an anomaly there every once in a while, but no, I'm going to make the case that, yeah, absolutely, Scott Dixon's the best. And the next guy who ties his record is going to be better than him, for sure, 100%. I think we should talk about how Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time.
He's not, though. That's the problem.
Who's better?
It was a system.
It was the system.
Okay, this is like the Jimmy. This is like the Jeff Gordon versus Jimmy Johnson.
Because you're going to tell me that when he left, that they got a lot worse. Well, a lot of other freaking people left too, and he wasn't the best when he left.
No,
anyways.
I'm making the case that he's literally the best fucking quarterback who's ever graced our presence. Have you ever seen Tom Brady, Jesus Christ, or Batman in the same room at the same time? No, because they're the same person, bro. This guy is the greatest. Now. Okay.
Knee injury almost. He's not Batman.
I'm telling you, man.
Lightning's about to strike Dave. Watch.
I'm a Tommy fan. I'm a hardcore Tom Brady. Anyway,
Yeah,
He's
they
the
don't
greatest of all
actually
time.
have. It's actually not Christ the Redeemer that's in Brazil. It's
He won't be the
it's Tom
greatest of all
Brady.
time forever. A guy like Patty Mahomes, if Patty Mahomes ties his records, then I would argue he's better. That's what my point was.
No, can we?
I think,
If we're going to talk about this,
I think Josh Allen's a better quarterback for your system than Patrick Mahomes.
of course, you're talking about Josh Allen, you Bills fan.
Yeah,
Shut up.
probably.
Yeah, straight I am.
I love
Y'all
Josh
wrong.
Allen, but he doesn't have that cool haircut.
You want to talk about a little bit of the F1 Hamilton stuff going on?
Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson. Jeff Gordon,
What's
Jimmy
going
Johnson.
on?
Just saying.
What's going on?
Well, so
Did he get a new
Hamilton's-
tattoo? Did he get a new tattoo? A hand tattoo?
No, so Lewis Hamilton, there's rumors that he's already signed, and then there's rumors that Ferrari team has actually offered him double $80 million to double his contract to come to Ferrari.
Ferrari?
Would you like to ruin your contract or ruin your career for?
What are you
$100
doing
million?
for the next year? Would you like to lose races when you should be winning them? Come on
Do
over.
you want to
No.
be fourth in the constructors championship? We got the team for you.
But anyways,
No,
the rumor
bro.
started because they started flying that they were coming to grips with a contract extension, which the problem with Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes AMG coming out with a contract extension at this point is Lewis wants like a 4 or 5 to 6 year contract, and they're like, we would rather not do that. They want to contract him in for another like through 2026, like get him started in the new way of doing things. But anyways, rumors started flying around. They got it done, and then his brother, Nicholas, I guess he's a racer. I didn't know much about him, so. He put out a are they called tweets now? He put out an X.
An X tweet, a Twix.
Yeah, a Twix. That's borderline. Gotta watch
Now I
what we're
want
saying.
a Twix.
Yeah. Anyways, he put out a picture of Toto Wolff on an iPhone calling him, and it says, Toto and Mercedes AMG want me to be a teammate to Big Bro Lewis Hamilton for 2024. Should I pick up? And the world went bonkers. And I'm like, dude, just made that up. Like,
Yeah,
he's just having fun with
100%.
it. But then everybody was talking about how I guess he's been seen talking to some Williams people, which would be kind of crazy. But anyways, don't know what's going on. Nothing for sure. The only people that I know for sure have signed that was in lately was the 2 Haas drivers have signed up through 2024. Magnussen and Hulk will be on the board unless other things happen. But yeah, besides that, F1's kind of dead. Danny, Rick, and Russell met up at a concert. How cool was that? And Max was with who was that again? Max was
Kelly
with
PK.
Yeah, Kelly PK. And as you can tell by my voice, that's F1 right now.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hold on.
super
Can I
fun.
just highlight you guys on how ridiculous people are for thinking Nicholas Hamilton is going to be in F1? I just want you to know that he's competed in British touring car, and his best finish was 29th over 3 years.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he drove
Yeah.
in Renault Clio Cup. Like listen to all these drivers' championships. This is from 2011 to 2013. His best finishing position. Okay, 2011 14th, 2012 21st, 2013 10th. Okay, respectable somewhat. 2017 20th, 2018 20th, 2019 32nd, 2020 2021 2022 29th. And this is with like 30 race starts, by the way. Just saying. And 2023, he's currently 23rd.
Hey, aren't you Lewis's brother? Yeah. That's about it. That's probably as far as it goes.
Yep.
And it's like, ooh.
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, cool. You drive a race car. Like, I mean, that's pretty sick to say that you drive in British Touring Car Championship. Like, I'm not trying to diss the man in any way, but I just mean, like, let's be realistic here. Like, come on now.
I know.
Big-
I can't believe anybody actually took it for real, but I guess it did kind of. My wife's the one that told me about it. She's like, you hear about this? You hear about this? And I was like, man.
You're like, man, you don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't think we need to go there, But yeah, besides that, I don't think we're going to see any contract stuff until middle of the second half kind of thing. 3/4 to the season, we might see some. They don't have to do anything, honestly. With Piastri's deal and them getting paid out, anybody can do anything anytime. So,
In bad news for F1, Haas has supposedly retained both their drivers for next season.
Yay!
All right, come hop in the Ryan Blaney bathtub and drink beer with me. Woo!
Yay!
So
That's
K-Mag
exciting.
and Nico Hülkenberg will be the Haas drivers for next season. So we'll see if they can get their shit together next year and actually have a car that can compete, or if we are just in for a dumpster fire.
I heard Hulkenberg's gonna dye his hair again.
Yeah, I mean Hulkenberg. Well, what Albon? Is Albon going back natural? That's what we should do.
I'm not opposed to Haas having Magnussen and Hulk again. I'm not opposed to that. I think that there's way worse drivers on the market than those two guys. Like, they're good drivers, but I think it's Haas that needs to get their shit together. I don't think it's a driver problem at Haas, dude.
Yeah, and the other problem with it is you got people like we've always talked about, Liam Lawson. We'll just keep using him as an example, right? Do you want him to come up and then go to Haas?
No.
I mean, is he going to be able to show us anything there?
No, I want more rookies in big teams. Like, I know that there's this whole, like, Williams and Mercedes and, whatever. I think AlphaTauri and Red Bull are a little bit of an exception, but they're going to be going a little bit different. We may see that change even. I'd like to see Red Bull just pull up rookies.
I'm pretty sure I was going to say, I think Helmut Marko will be the first one to do it because he's got the kahunas.
Yeah, I think
that guy's in, Perez is out.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Red Bull pull up rookies, and let's see what these guys actually got. Because, like, judging Nick DeVries in a Williams or judging or in a AlphaTauri, both, because I judged him in a Williams, I thought he was great. Or judging like a guy like Yuki Tsunoda, who we've all agreed was awesome in Formula 2, in an AlphaTauri, I just don't think that's fair. So, like, I would like to see him start high and then get demoted, which is kind of what you see in professional sports. Like, how many great college players go to minor leagues first? Like, they always go up and then get sent down to G League or whatever, or minors, and then get pulled back up when the administration decides they're ready. So I think I'd like to see that in Formula 1 too. Come on, Liam.
I think you're just putting too much pressure on them and they crack.
That's good. If you crack, then you get out.
If
you're in a death machine going 200 miles an hour.
You get your feet wet first and then work your way into the deep end, you might be able to survive a little bit longer.
Even look at a guy like Josh Green. Like that dude is getting his feet wet right now. You know what I mean? Like, all these dudes have very wet feet. Like, they've been doing this since they were 4 or whatever, and they've been trained to be social media personalities and all this shit. So, like, I think give them a shot. Like, do you have it or not? Like, let's see. Like, here's a Red Bull. Your teammate's Max Verstappen. Are you fast or not? And if you're not, then go join in Yuki down there at the bottom until you are fast or until someone else hires you, so we don't have to think about you anymore. Right? Like,
well, and you say that about other sports, but man, F1 is just not any other sport, dude. It is cutthroat.
Right.
And once you're gone sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's nuts.
Unless you're Danny Ricciardo.
Yeah, he just keeps hanging around. I think it's because he's smiling and everybody just likes him. And it's Danny. Anyways, I think his time's coming too, but hopefully we can get some of these rookies up here, get to see some fresh blood. I'm tired of seeing the same guys wreck the same cars every week. You know what I mean?
But I can't think of a rookie that I'd rather see in the Haas. Like, I guess, like, I mean, there's a couple of F2 guys that are good, but I don't necessarily want to see them in the Haas.
I was going to say, am I wrong to say that there's, like, is there a lot of drivers on the market right now? Like,
no.
Realistically? Like, I don't think there's a lot of experienced drivers on the market, aside from the guys that they have in there right now. I think that's why they're keeping them. Like, I don't think Haas can afford to gamble on more rookies, you know what I mean? They don't have the money.
Yeah, and a lot of these rookies, I mean, there's not a lot of incentive. Look at a guy like Christian Lundgaard. I mean, he got 4th place this weekend. The dude's been killing it. And he had success in Formula 2, but, like, no one really showed a lot of interest in Formula 1. He had some test drives, but, like, point is that you might be better off coming to IndyCar and looking at Japan, like Liam Lawson, which was kind of a Red Bull thing, but still, he's in Japan racing Super Formula. Like, there are other racing series to go make money and do this for a living, which is the goal. So, it's expensive to sit around and wait for a Formula 1 team to call you.
Well, the other thing I was going to say is, do we think F1 may have to, like, get with the times soon and, like, start having more competitive teams? Because, like, there's a lot of guys who, like, I feel like drivers are more educated now, and it's not just like, yeah, we want to go to F1 because F1's the coolest thing ever. Like, you're the greatest driver ever. Because, like, when you think about it, as a driver, if you had the opportunity to go shine in IndyCar or go run 17th 18th, 19th place in F1. Like, what are you going to go pick? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I know there's lots of money on the table in F1, and there's always a chance you're going to be good. And if you are that good, I'm sure they will find you the good teams.
I'm going to do whatever sells the most t-shirts.
But if you're above average, like,
T-shirts,
and you're not like the next Lewis Hamilton, like, do you really want to consider going to F1 over literally anything else that you can be immediately 10 times more competitive and not limited by your car?
I mean, of course, it's the dream from the beginning for everyone, right? But I don't know, man. Like, shit, it does. So the first question was, is Formula One going to have to get with the times? No, I think that they're going to pretend to get with the times. And what I mean by that is I think we'll see like more like, and I don't have a problem with this, but like more women drivers in Formula One. They'll wash it, dude. They're not going to just like level the teams and make it actually more fun and more competitive. They're going to like give us another distraction. Like, oh, well, you know, Williams hires the first Formula, like, you know, what's her name? The British girl that killed, like, she's so good. Anyway, gosh, what's her name? Jamie Chadwick. I didn't even have to look at it. I knew I could remember it.
All Jamie right. Chadwick.
Yeah, so like Jamie Chadwick's extremely talented, and I think that Formula One's play, rather than like spending a bunch of money on and limiting the teams and creating turmoil and drama, I think what they do is they draw more fans into Formula One with a new thing. And I think that's going to be Jamie Chadwick. I do personally. I think that we see her as a Formula One driver in the next 2 years. And I think it's the way of Formula One drawing attention away from Max and Red Bull just totally dominating while another team figures out their shit, which could be McLaren or could be anyone else. I don't think we're far away from it.
Well, like, and they've got
to be happening.
Yeah, F1's got an out there because in 2026 the cars just pretty much flip upside down and we get new cars and hopefully, you know what I mean, that'll level out the playing field a little bit. But
I think we have plenty of distractions between now and then, whether that's sport washing in weird countries or the first woman Formula One driver, like I said, or new teams, more teams, not just new teams, but more teams. All of that stuff is going to draw more fans and keep us interested, while really it's kind of not that interesting to watch at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So anyway, that's my opinion. But I'm with it. Like, I love Formula One. I watch every race. Like, I'm with it, but sports are sports, bro. Sports gonna sport. Professional sports gonna
and it's
talks, baby.
At the same time, we've talked about it before. F1's a whole podcast and a half, or maybe
three we'll save of them. That for another episode.
We will save the rest of that for later for sure. But
anyway,
I don't see F1 changing. It's going to stay the same. You'll probably see in the next 5 years a downslide in their viewership because people will realize what it is. And I think we need an increase of teams on the grid. And I think they need to stick with what they're doing and let all the bandwagoner fans for Drive to Survive slide away and just get back to what they are.
Yeah. The Drive to Survive is a good deal, and it's kind of a bad deal. But like I said, that kind of ties into.
Yeah, you're right. We should put a cap on this.
We're giving up all our good stuff. Anyways, now, yeah, I think that was probably a wrap up for lap 30. Appreciate everybody coming in. Antonio had either technical difficulties, had to bounce or something, but we love you, Antonio. Sorry you could be here for the wrap up. So it looks like we got Antonio. So Watkins Glen, Daytona for NASCAR coming up. Consecutive weekends back, bam, bam, bam. And then Indy's off still, right, next weekend. They don't come back till the 27th, which, if I'm wrong, that's the same week that we come back for F1, which is at Monza. So we will get to do all that. Good jive. Back to doing our picks and whatnot there next week. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I love that there's no F1 news really whatsoever. I really wish that someone would do something. I mean, Toto Wolff broke an arm. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that's happened in the summer break. Okay, guys,
I'm gonna laugh. You know? We're gonna end this episode and I release this episode, and there's gonna be like 5 things come out about F1.
Yeah, true story is what's going to happen. As of time we are shooting this or recording this now, there's nothing going on. But yeah. So, anyways, from all of us at Lab Zero, thanks for 30, man. Thanks for 30.
Hell yeah.
It's been a good little ride so far, but we got a lot way long to go. It'd be nice to say, wow, 130. That's crazy. So stick around.
Just add a 0 to it, make it 300.
There you go. The Spartan episode. I'm going to kick somebody in the chest.
Yeah, what are we going to do with NASCAR numbers when we get past 99?
We got to figure something out. I guess Pastrana's 199, so I got one of them taken. The rest of them we got to figure out.
We'll see. Yeah, that's going to get hairy.
Yeah, I'll go to the local dirt track and just start writing people's numbers down. Be like,
we'll start adding letters, yeah.
X. That's Herb Walker in the, CJ Southwest Tire sponsored vehicle, Chicken Express, in your local Sonic.